Okay, really quick. I was watching my last video that I just posted, and if you haven't seen the video, I will put the link in the description because this is kind of going to be a piggyback off of that. So I would suggest watching that video in its entirety and coming back and watching this one. But if you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. You can stay or leave. It don't matter to me. I would prefer you to stay, but I value your time. That's enough of that. You want to move to New York. As somebody who just recently moved to New York, I'm going to share what I learned, and I'm going to give a couple tips on how to make your move successful. Because it's a lot. I'm going to wait till the siren goes past. So I'll suggest when you move here, the first thing you should do is do your research before you even move here. What neighborhood are you moving to? What are you going to do for work? What neighborhood are you moving to? Because the neighborhood you move to could completely change the trajectory of your New York experience, but not only that, your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, no pressure or anything, but it's just like, I don't know, each borough has its own vibe. Each borough has its own like heartbeat for real, and you could kind of sense it. Like the vibe in Harlem is gonna be different than the vibe in Brooklyn, but the vibe in Washington Heights is gonna be different than the vibe in Harlem, and Queens is different, the Bronx is different. So it's just like, which one you want to live in? And a couple of factors that you could use to determine which borough you want to live in is your field of work, the cost, and where are you going to work at? Like, are you going to be able to make this commute every day? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And then that leads me into the apartment hunt, bro. You have to be so aggressive when you're looking for an apartment. Make sure that you have time to get out here and go look at these apartments yourself. Don't trust these virtual tours. Just get out there and look everywhere. Look on Street Easy, look on Craigslist, look on Facebook Marketplace, look on YouTube, look on TikTok, wherever you can like find apartments, just look there. Zillow, Willow, I don't care. Find an apartment, bro. Take those tours. Make sure you do the no broker's fee. If you got money like that, you could do a broker's fee, but I just prefer to just skip that all completely because, like, bro, who has time for that? Secondly, another piece of advice I would have for making this move to New York is to network. The first thing you want to do when you get out here is network, and that's going to look completely different for other people. If you moved out here because of your job, 9 times out of 10, you know, your job gonna set you up pretty nicely, you know, make your apartment hunt a lot easier. You already have somewhat of a network through work. You could just lead off of that. But I think the biggest thing to do to build your network in New York is to just do stuff that you like and meet people there. So if you like to go to the club all the time, go to the club. Go to the club and network with the people at the club. If you like to kickbox, go kickboxing, go meet with the people there and network there. But you have to build a strong network when you get out here, because I think having a good support system is like one of the things that just make your New York experience more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna be easy all the time. It's not gonna be hard all the time either. But like, bro, you gotta have some bread. Like, you gotta hustle. You gotta have some type of money coming in all the time. Look into some passive income, look into some regular income. If you build your passive income, that don't mean don't get a regular job, because more money, if you have the time and the energy to work, just go ahead and do that and set yourself up nicely. So when it is time for you to burn out and take that break, you'll be set up. You'll be able to still pay your rent. That's what I do. A bit of advice on what I did before I moved out here. I did my research really thoroughly, bro. Like, I can't stress that enough, is to do the research, because you're not from here. You don't know how they move out here, so you need to figure it out before you come out and get blindsided. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to scare anybody. New York is not as dangerous as the media portrays it to be. But at the same time, it's like this city will run game on you until you catch on. A lot of people say the city is very cold and people are like rude, but that's honestly, after being here after a while, that's not the case. They just don't do the small talk. And I kind of love that. Now, on the topic of rent, I'm just gonna be honest with you. New York is more expensive. The cost of living is higher than other places. So I think that's really important to keep in mind. When you get out here, you should get a job that is paying you New York dollars, because I'm not gonna lie, moving to New York with Virginia money, moving to New York with Ohio money, moving to New York with North Dakota money is only gonna get you so far. You got to be making money here on top of the money that you already have saved up. So that's the first thing I did, was to get a job. But then when it was time to actually get an apartment, and I went through the whole hassle of apartment hunting, and it was probably the most stressful month of my life. It was time for me to move in, and realistically, what you would pay for rent, like a lot of these apartments out here, if you got roommates, you'll be paying less. You know, say goodbye to the days where you're only paying $800 for rent, unless you do have like 2-3 roommates. But realistically, you know, you at least spending a band, and you could be, if you're living on your own, you spending anywhere from like $2,500 to $3,500 a month. So just make sure that you are able to keep up with that pace. And on top of that too, like New York is a very fast-paced environment. So you could come out here and you could decide that you want to, like, you know how sometimes in life we go on autopilot and we just go through the motion. When you just go through the motion here in New York, you're moving at 1,000 beats per minute, and you're trying to figure out, why am I so tired? Why am I so? Oh, it's because you haven't really been sleeping. You haven't really sat down in a while. So you have to really prioritize. I know for me personally, I have to prioritize rest sometimes. Because I don't know, it's just a demanding lifestyle. You go to work and then you go out and party or do whatever you want to do. It could get a little tiring really fast. And give yourself some grace too. Like, understand, like, you're not gonna come out here and just have it automatically figured out. But I mean, this is a city where you can make anything happen. It's expensive out here, but there's also a lot of money to be made here too. So don't let that discourage you from moving out here if you feel it in your heart that you need to be here. Like I said in the last video, things will fall into place after you make that first leap. Just see what you're in alignment with and put yourself in alignment. Everything that I was talking about earlier in the video about how I was like watching all of these videos of people grocery shopping or getting ready or going to work or just getting the lifestyle vids in New York, that was me training my energy to like attract that, to draw that in, you know. People hear about manifestation, it sound like, oh, I'm over here mixing potions. It's been like, no, it's not like that at all. You just feed your mind the things that you want to receive, and it's that simple. Yeah, man, if you feel like moving to New York is something that you want to do, or moving anywhere, I would suggest just going for it. You know me, I'm gonna always tell you to just go for it. Don't open the door for anybody to like project their insecurities, to project their own limitations on you. When I was moving to New York, people was trying to make it seem like, I don't know if you really cut out for New York, just because, you know, I'm naturally very like reserved. Some might even say a little timid at times and blah blah blah. But like the main thing about me is I'm adaptable. When I first got out here, I saw that me being reserved and timid wasn't gonna get me anywhere, so I immediately snapped out of it, and that's something I only could have done here. So don't listen to anybody's limitations. Everybody is only doing, I don't know what their intentions are, but don't listen to them. Yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. I will be back, and I hope to see y'all there too. Bye.